Why are we obsessed with cute things? Maybe it's because life is absurdly, relentlessly absurd, and tiny, controllable joys like chocolate, cats, and how kitties act as a little lifeboat in an ocean of chaos. The science backs this up. Psychologists have shown that cute stimuli light up our brain's reward systems, flooding it with dopamines and oxytocins while lowering cortisol, the notorious as a stress hormone. In other words, starting a cartoon cat with an oversized bow isn't just frivolous. It's therapeutic. Hello Kitties, unchanging smiles, and minimalist charms. There is a sense of predictability and comfort in a world that's otherwise glorious, unpredictable. Small doses of cuteness, it turns out, actually boost emotional resilience, helping us cope with everything from minor daily irritations to existential crises. Here I am, sitting in the airport lounge, chocolate in one hand, my cat at home luxuriating in a sunbeam, and my tiny Hello Kitty figures lining up like miniature, impeccably plated diplomats. Outside, airplanes streak across the sky, mechanical birds carrying human ambitions, or occasionally, perhaps, a crate of world peace in the home of Hello Kitty plushes. Meanwhile, the US, Iran, Israel, the news over oil sanctions and strategic threats, Russia and Ukraine remain locked in a tragic, seemingly endless conflict. I watched these planes depart and cannot help but reflect. Our world is intricate, fragile, and absurd beyond comprehensions. One diplomatic misstep, one miscalculation of pipelines borders, and ordinary lives are turned upside down. Yet here I sit, chocolate in hand, marveling at how absurdly small pressures coexist with global catastrophe. Psychologically speaking, the brain and the reaction to cute things gives us a break from anxiety. Hello Kitty's round face and white eyes mirror the future of infants, triggers our innate caregiving instincts. This cuteness response is evolutionarily useful. By finding joy in harmless things, humans strengthen social bonds and regulated stress, skills that ironically are essential in negotiation, diplomacies, and peaceful conflict resolutions. Could it be that the same neural circuits that makes me sequel over the plush Hello Kitty's mind? If scale is up, help world readers emphasize it a little more with each other. It's a whimsical idea, but maybe whimsical ideas are just what we need. Imagine a world where readers are facing a crisis and high stakes were responsible to empathy as they were to spread seeds and power plays. Could a little more Hello Kitty and diplomatic toolkit, even metaphorically, lead to calmer, smarter decision makings? Could the same chemicals that help me relax while arranging my collectible that prevent missile strikes or prevent sanctions from turning into a full-blown crisis. It's fanciful, yes, but neuroscience suggested that emotional regulation under stress is critical to conflict resolution. Sometimes a moment of personal calm can ripple outward in a surprisingly powerful way. Chocolate, too, deserves its moment of scientific glory. Dark chocolate, rich in flavonoids, not only tastes divine, it improves the blood flow and cognitive function, subtly sharpening our ability to reason and emphasize skills handy when navigating the minefield of global politics. My cat, sprawled laser beside me, embodies another type of emotional regulation: patience, observations, and a reminder that not every action needs to be urgent. Diplomacy, like cat starlings, some things benefit from stillness. Yet, of course, the geopolitical theater refuses to pose for chocolate cat or cartoon characters. US-Iran tensions over nuclear programs ripple through the global energy markets. Israel's security demands constant vigilance, and Russia's action in Ukraine highlighted the catastrophic consequences when power overshadowing dialogue. These issues are tangled webs of human lives, economics, and history. Peace cannot be forced. It requires dialogue, trust, empathy, and shared interest. In other words, it required human acting with the same kind of emotional intelligence we cultivated when we allow ourselves to small, harmless joy in life. Watching airlines climb into the sky, I ponder what a truly peaceful world might require: transparency between nations, effective communication channel, respect for sovereignty, and mechanism to address scarcities and inequalities without resorting to violence. International law and humanitarian institutions matter, but human factor, patience, empathy, emotional regulation might be the most undervalued ingredient. If cuteness and chocolate can make us better humans on a small scale, perhaps the lesson is as simple: treat every person, neighbor, and fallen ladies with the same patience and care you reserve for your cats and scratchers. So here I am, chocolate in hand, cat asleep at home, Hello Kitty figures are standing like tiny, and wavering as the ambassadors. Life is absurd. Conflicts rage, airplane is rise and fall, and the news is relentless. But small pleasures, emotional regulation, empathy are not trivial. Their survival skills, neuroscience mind even agrees. The calm induced by cuteness prepares the brain to negotiate rather than panic, to reason rather than react. Perhaps the path to global peace is very simple, if also maddeningly difficult. Enjoy chocolate, cherish cats, revealed in Hello Kitty's perfect, unshakable cheers, and scale that mindfulness outward. Treat every human encounter with the same attentiveness and patience you devoted your little joys. A world in which diplomacy is guided by both reason and emotional intelligence, in which empathy is valued as highly as strategies, could be closer than we think. Meanwhile, I take another bite of chocolate, smiled at the tiny bird on Hello Kitty's head, and watch praying on the soaring into the sky. Life remains unpredictable, the world chaotic, peace a distant but conceivable goal. And yet, somehow, perhaps it is within our reach. If we remember the smallest joy, cat, chocolate, and a cheerful cartoon cat, might just teach you the biggest reasons. Because at the end of the day, the world may be on fire, politics may be absurd, conflicts may rage, but chocolate is delicious, cat endlessly wise, and the Hello Kitty never asks for anything but love. And maybe, just maybe, that's exactly the sort of wisdom the world needs to finally take a deep breath, pause, and choose a peace.